And welcome back. It is the 5th of June. It is the higher plus 5 a day. And let's just go straight to the first question. Right, so this first question says solve. Now, typically at this stage, I will then say, let's see if we can factorise. I'm going to see if we can factorise. And the reason I'm going to go for it is because this is going to be 3 and 13. So although this could be a bit of a pain, because it'd be 6 and 1 and 2 and 3, I'm going to guess it's 3 and 2. So it's going to be 3x and 2x. Now, there is another trick I can use here. I can't put the 3 here, because if I put the 3 here, I could factorise the 3 out, and I can't do that with the main equation, so therefore I can't do that here. So therefore, just in a sensible guess sense, it must be the case that the 3 goes here, assuming that's correct, and the 13 goes here. So my next question is, where's the plus and where's the minus go? Well, let's just try the numbers. So 3 times 3 is 9. That's not enough, so that's probably a takeaway. Whereas 2 times 13 is 26. So I want plus 26 minus 9, which is 17, and so that's all work. So therefore, I factorise it equals 0, but factorising isn't solving. So this one is going to give me minus 13 over 3, and this one is going to give me 3 over 2. Not as bad as it looks, but in an exam situation, probably a bit worse than it probably feels. Next question. The point A has coordinates, the point B has coordinates. Let's see where this is going first. So the point C has coordinates. Find the equation of the line that passes through C and is perpendicular to AB. Okay, this is actually similar to a perpendicular bisector. So the thing I need first is I need the gradient of A to B. So from A to B, I go up 3 and I go up 6, and that gives me a half, which means the gradient of the perpendicular is minus 2. So far, so good. Next thing, I need to work out the midpoint of AB, because it's going through, actually no, sorry, it's not going through the midpoint, it's going through C. So now, actually this is not too bad, is it? So now I've got an equation, y equals minus 2x plus c, and I want it to go through 9 minus 1. So in other words, minus 1, 2 times 9 is 18, equals minus 18 plus c, which means that c, add 18 to both sides, is 17, and therefore y equals minus 2x plus 17. Question done. Next, and I believe, no, not the last question today, next question. A is a vertex of a regular. Now, the key to these questions is the word regular. So I've got a regular polygon and a regular pentagon. C and D are vertices of both polygons, in other words, corners. The perimeter of the octagon is 40. Now, this is the key point. If that's 40, perimeter, read the question carefully. So the perimeter of an 8-sided shape is 40, which means each side is 5. Very nearly went the wrong way there. Now, what's key, apart from what I've just done, is if that's 5, that's 5, which means this is 5, but because they're all regular, that's 5. In other words, and I won't write them everywhere, all the sides are 5. And actually, I will write it here, because what I'm going to try and do, I presume, is work out the length A to B, which is this length here, and my focus is going to be on this triangle here. Now, I know it's isosceles. If I could find out this angle here, that'd be really helpful, because that would mean I could then use isosceles triangle rules, or cosine rule, I should say, to work out A to B. How am I going to do that? Well, I need to know, I already know the interior angle of a pentagon is 108. I do, but let's pretend I don't know what the interior angle of an octagon is. How would I work that out? Two methods. Method 1, I think is the easiest, which, as I say, the exterior angle is 360 over 8, which is 45. Which means the interior angle is 180 minus 45, which is 135. The slightly longer method is to say number of sides minus 2 times 180 divided by 8 is equal to, well, I'm going to check on the calculator, and thankfully that also tells me it's 135. Either way, I know this is 135, I know this is 108, so it means that this angle here, which I'm going to call theta, is equal to 360, so I'm screen moving, 360 minus 135 minus 108, which is equal to 117 degrees. I have a triangle, I have two sides, I want the opposite side, it's a cosine rule question, so therefore the area of A to B is equal to the square root of, notice I always do the square root at the start, it means I don't forget to do it. Quite often see people forget to do the square root part. So I write it in nice and early. So that's going to be 5 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 5 is 5 squared cos of 117, which gives me 8.526401, etc. I'm just going to call that 8.53 centimeters. And that is question done. That was not a bad question at all, actually, but you need to know your angle rules. Next and final question today. For all values of x, this is true and this is true. Find f of g of x. Okay, probably not as bad as it looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do f 2g of x, which is x minus 3 all squared. Get my brackets right. And what does f do? So f takes whatever's in the brackets, multiplies by 3, and then adds 2. Now, it doesn't say what format to leave it in, and a real exam question probably would. So there's nothing wrong with this whatsoever, so I'm tempted to leave it like that, but I will also expand it, which will give me 3x squared. Then I've got x minus 3 squared, which is going to be which is minus 6x, times by 3 is minus 18x, and then 3 times 3 is 9, times another 3 is 27, plus 2 is 29, so that would also be an answer as well. But I have to say, either of these two, given the question, completely fine. And that is it, question done. Again, decent mix of questions today. Start to get a bit problemy, but definitely not too difficult yet, definitely okay. Let me know how it went for you. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.